How you doing, guys and gals? This is Doug Wilson from Yellowhawk Customs Outdoors. One of the most important skills you need to garner is traps and snares in a survival situation, whatever you want to call it, in a survival situation. And it's not only learning how to build and construct these traps and snares, but it's how to set them, where to set them, what times to set them, and how many of them to set. One trap, one snare, not going to do you much good when you're extremely hungry. You got to set 6, 7, 8 of these things around your area in key locations so that you have a high probability of catching food. In this video coming up, I'm going to teach you how to make a scissor snare. I'm not going to teach you how to make it. I'm going to show it to you. It takes too long to actually make it on film. It would be an hour and a half long. But I'm going to show it to you already built and working. And I'm going to show it to you in such a way that you'll be able to pick out each part and be able to build it. Okay? Now this is a snare that you have to practice, but once you've practiced it and get it to work and work well, there's a high degree of probability that if you put the right bait on that bait stick, you're going to catch something. And you're going to eat that night or that day or that morning or whatever. Okay? So these are the materials I'm going to use. Okay? And the tools. These are the materials and tools that I'm going to use. Okay? The Delta Whiskey Infinity, a Baco Laplander saw, some sticks from the woods, and some accessory cord. That's what I'm going to use to build this snare. So, if you guys stay tuned, we'll get right to it, and I'll show you a snare that works a lot of the time. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you the trap as it is set up to capture an animal and dispatch that animal. Okay, so basically the first thing you have on this trap is the scissors portion. Okay, now the trap can be made out of dead standing wood, maybe as big as your pinky. Okay, all these sticks as big as your pinky. Now this is a game specific snare. It's called a scissor snare. Okay, it's game specific. How you arrange the parts of the trap is dictated by which animal you're going to trap. So I got it set up for a big rat or a squirrel. Okay, it's just the upright support is in just the right position so that when the squirrel or rat goes in, they get trapped. Okay, so here's the scissors portion. Okay, and then right here at the bottom, you can see I have the two scissor portions at the bottom tied together with a string in the middle. So there's a whiplash here, and a string in the middle, which I've lashed as well to make it stronger. Okay, that holds the scissors open and keeps them from falling over. All right, right here you have the scissors portion of the catch. Okay, and it's tied to a knot up here on the actual toggle release cord. Right there. That's the toggle release cord. There's a knot here, and the scissors portion is tied from here all the way over to this loop here. There's a loop right here. See the loop? Down here. And it's tied to a knot on the trigger string here. Okay? Now we're going to move to the back of the trap. I'm going to show you the other portions of it. Okay? These two sticks, which can, you know, you almost have to make these two sticks out of a live sapling, because they need to be able to bend, and you need to shove them in the ground at least 4 inches. It depends on how moist or hard your soil is, because the weight of that animal is going to be resting on that trap. Okay? And it's going to be, you know, a fair amount of pressure on it. Okay? So these two get stuck in the ground. This is your trigger support. This upright, and a horizontal stick lashed here and here. Okay? And these two supports are stuck in the ground pretty far. Here is your toggle, which is the actual trigger of the snare. And this is your trigger pole or the bait stick down here. You see it? Now, at the end of the trigger toggle is a small notch, a figure 7 notch, very small, very shallow, so you can set this as a hair trigger. Okay? And I'm going to show you all this back here. This whole area is, this whole area right here is going to be covered with brush. You only want the animal coming in from the front. Okay? So you're going to block off this whole area so that the tendency is to come in through the front. Okay? I didn't do that because I want you to see the whole trap. Okay? So, the animal comes in here. Alright? He comes in. There's bait on the bait stick. He messes around with that and he gets caught. Okay? Now, this is the animal right here. The scissors are holding him up in there against these two supports. That's how this trap works. And this is my spring, okay? This sapling right here is my spring, okay? So that's how that trap is set up and how it catches an animal.